got a good report for you already from Denver, where the Phillies have gotten a run in the third inning, and Chad Bettis is already out of the game as far as Colorado's starting pitching goes. So a long night for that Rockies bullpen. Let's go down to the field now, brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Here's Alana.
All right, Joe, thanks very much. Jock Peterson set to lead this game off for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Jock has 24 home runs so far this season, 7 of which have come in the leadoff spot. In fact, he has 10 in his career, but the 7 so far in the 2018 season, that's 4th best in all of baseball. Jock Peterson continuing his hot September, a .302 average, 10 runs, 4 doubles, 5 home runs, again 7 of them in the leadoff spot, 7 RBIs in 20 games. Looks like he's got a special bat again. He's good to go, guys.
All right, Alana, take a look at the rest of the lineup for Dave Roberts tonight, with Justin Turner hitting behind him. And it's Max Muncy, and you'll notice lefty-righty, lefty-righty. Back and forth throughout that lineup. Machado and Bellinger 4 and 5, with Puig in right field, Grandal doing the catching, and Kike Hernandez starting at second. Starting against a right-handed pitcher, the 27-year-old rookie Matt Cook, who's been back and forth this year between the majors and the minors, finds himself back in the rotation here to finish, with Clay Buchholz lost for the year to injury.
Matt Cook on the mound has reverse splits. That's because his changeup is better than his curveball, so righties hit him better than lefties. But Dave Roberts going with the alternating lineup as far as handedness. He really feels with a good solid approach, make him throw strikes that both guys, righties and lefties, can hit him.
And they are drastic reverse splits for the rookie, who is ready to go. Through his wine and home with the first one to Peterson. Off we go with a foul ball back. 0-1. Dodgers winning 7-4 last night. And they've now won 10 of their last 12. And averaged 7 runs per game during that stretch. Right on that average last night. That's on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Closed captioning tonight brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. So you have the Dodgers on one end of the spectrum. You have the Diamondbacks on the other, having lost 8 of 9, 5-18 in their last 23 games. That was
it was a very good pitch to actually flat out miss, and maybe 2 people missed it.
Jock would have been okay with that being called a strike, because he would have reached.
Throws a fastball and a cutter, and maybe Murphy didn't expect that ball to cut. He's supposed to be one of the best receivers slash framers in the game, and he's been a little rocky back there this series so far.
2-2. We saw him block a few.
It's only been 9 innings.
But
they haven't got an out yet here
4
today.
or 5
Yeah.
awkward catches or misses.
Not real nimble on the blocking of what we've seen.
On a 2-2, Peterson swings and misses at a changeup. Changeup his best pitch. The league hitting 158 against it, and he uses it for the first out of the night.
The reverse splits as far as batting averages, the righties hit him better. The curveball not as good as that changeup. Actually, the curveball's hit at about 100 points higher. So when you go into an off-speed pitch against somebody like Justin Turner, going to go to a curveball, which is not as good.
So here comes Justin Turner. Swings at the first pitch and sends a lazy fly ball to center field for A.J. Pollock. 2 up and 2 down.
First baseman, number 13.
Last time out for Matt Cook, 4 shutout innings in relief against the Cubs on Tuesday. And the Dodgers have seen him once, but all the way back on May 1st. About 3 runs over 5 innings in that game. And now faces Max Muncy. Ball 1. Max off of the bench last night, went 1 for 1. He also walked, drove in a run. As Bram Brown, the assistant hitting coach, has said, the force field is back. You don't see him chasing real often. Take a lot of walks. And his on-base percentage overall in his last 11 games is .583.
Oh my gosh, that snuck up on me. I knew he was doing well, but I didn't know that number. .583.
Here's a 2-0. That fades in there for a strike, 2-1. And the slugging, second in the league overall this year. Behind just Christian Yelich, who's starting to look like he may be the NL MVP. On a 2-1, Muncy watches ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Muncy leaves that one up, and he's got a 2-out walk, improving the on-base percentage even a little bit more. And the inning kept alive for Machado. Rockies have responded quickly. David Dahl with a 3-run home run. And it's 3-1 Colorado in the third.
It was a 2-out home run. And Arenado following him just followed him with a single, so they are still hitting.
Machado to hit here with 2 out. The Rockies have responded to getting swept by the Dodgers by winning 4 straight. And the pitching has keyed it. They've given up just 5 runs in their last 5 games. Hard hit grounder, but stopped by Chris Owings. He'll go to second. Side retired. To the bottom of the first we go. To the mound goes Walker Buehler. Trying to pitch the Dodgers to a series win and a step closer to a division title. This lineup tonight. John Jay to lead things off, then Ketel Marte and David Peralta and Paul Goldschmidt both in there tonight. There it is. Descalso hitting 5th. Pollock in center, Chris Owings at 3rd, and John Ryan Murphy catching each of the first 2 games of this series. Walker Buehler in his last 10 starts has a 1.58 ERA, which is 3rd in the majors. The opponent's average in that stretch is 2nd. And the strikeouts among the leaders across baseball as well. Starts John Jay with the 94-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 1. Quickly 0-2.
Walker really developed into a pitcher that can throw almost anything at any time, which has really served him well. I think that's why we saw the career high in strikeouts in his last outing at 12. You know, a lot of guys use their off-speed stuff, their curveball and their slider to get chase. But with 2 strikes, because he's landing everything early in the count, he's able to use his fastball as a chase pitch with 2 strikes.
On 0-2. Fastball's cued to third. Justin Turner, we've seen strides defensively in recent days after the rough week last week. He's got Jay for the first out tonight.
Hang a star on this one. Again, a rough hop there, but he stays with it, puts the spin move on it to get himself squared away to throw the ball to first. You see that last hop right there where he had to make a little adjustment.
One away in the first inning, and here's last night's star for the Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte. Finished a double shy of the cycle. His home run against Kershaw was the second longest home run by a Diamondback this year. And just looking at him, you wouldn't figure he'd be a guy who hit with great pop, but in fact he has 2 of the 3 longest, both of them though coming from the right side.
He doesn't get cheated. He loads up the whole lever system and got some very quick hips.
1-1.
Clayton did a solid job, Joe. He was battling out there. He wasn't really landing the curveball at all, but the passion and the competitiveness kind of pushes him over the top.
Second start in a row where you could say that, where he didn't have his most dominant stuff, but continues to find a way. Well-timed rally right after he had departed the game got him the win. Fielder to Marte, 2-1. That's hacked down the left field line. 2-2. Biggest reason for the Diamondback season unraveling has been this offense, which was not necessarily exceptional at any point, but it's gone from right around average to just miserable over the last month. Ravello's team averaging just about 3 runs per game the last month. Yanked to right center field. That's a hit for Marte. This hot series continues. First base runner of the game for the D-backs.
Watch the swing from the right side from the home run last night. This on the left side, a breaking ball that he stays on top of, and it's a nice line drive.
Well, Dodgers caught a bit of a break as far as the lineup the Diamondbacks put out there last night. That Peralta and Goldschmidt both had the day off from the lineup. Both back in there tonight. Peralta rolls one to second where Hernandez waits. Feeds to Machado, who whips it to first. A double play. Fielder faces the minimum in the first inning. And we go to the second in a scoreless game.
Hernandez ranging away from second base, 4 steps, then turns inside, throws the ball firmly and accurately to Machado to get that double play. A lot of second basemen will spin to kind of aid their arm, but Kike confident enough with that length of throw to take the inside turn, throw it that hard, set up Machado perfectly.
Yeah, get it to the second where Cody Bellinger leads off against Matt Cook and takes ball 1. Cody came off of the bench last night, had a walk. On this 1-0, he takes ball 2. He has seen Matt Cook before. Quick start against the Dodgers earlier this season, and he went deep.
Cook's weapons compared to Cody's swing and approach is a very good matchup.
2-1.
Usually Cody is not going to swing and miss at that now with his better swing, 92 slightly up. It usually takes higher velocity than that. Cody's done a nice job adjusting to change-ups now.
Took one there, 2-2.
It doesn't mean that he's going to succeed in every at bat. And right here at 2-2, who knows what's going to happen at the end. But I just like the matchup, the way Cody's approaching him and the stuff. I would think Dave Roberts would absolutely love it.
High fly ball right field. Bellinger gets him again to start the scoring here in the second. #24th of the year for Bellinger. Second against Cook. Dodgers 1, Diamondbacks nothing. And Orel, he'll continue to like that matchup.
Snuck the fastball by him at 92, threw him a changeup low and away that was an outstanding pitch, but then tried to come back inside, and you see it's 90. Takes about 95 and up to get by Cody now with his good approach on the high fastball. He'll either take it or he won't miss it if it's below 95.
So the Dodgers strike first, and up comes Puig, who takes ball 1. Daciel 1 for 2 with a run scored last night. He jams it foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. In the month of September, the Dodgers have 6 of the top 12 in the National League in OPS. Number 1 is Puig, and not just in the National League, but across baseball. Number 1 OPS this month.
On base plus slug.
Yep. So a really good way, kind of a simpler, advanced way to look at a player's overall offensive production. Both the ability to get on base and the ability to hit for power. It's in a 1-2 hole here. It takes ball 2.
And with that has earned a higher place in the batting order. Continues to at times. Dave Roberts starting to trust him out of the 8th spot.
Yanks a hooking line drive to left field for Peralta. And the first out of the second. Yasmani Grandal to the plate. We go down to Alana Rizzo.
Joe, I had an opportunity to talk to Dave Roberts today about Yasmani Grandal, who was 0 for 1 yesterday, but did have the 2 walks. And you and Orel were talking about the fact that if he's starting to get those free passes, he may be starting to come around offensively. And Dave Roberts said, yes, he's one of those guys that's incredibly streaky, but his ability to overlook a baseball is elite. For him, the pitcher to come to him is exceptional. He gets overzealous a bit at times at the plate, but when he takes the pitches, he is an on-base machine. And to your point, the fact that he's getting the base on balls shows that he's coming around offensively, hopefully going on a good streak.
Got 9 walks, Alana, in his last 8 games. After the 2 last night, hits a bullet here to right center field. They'll hang on with a 1-out single.
Second baseman, number 14.
Took a breaking ball for a strike and then picks on this one that's slightly up. Looked like they wanted to go cutter and it backed up on him. The cutter should go right to left. That one backed up about 6 inches and went left to right.
So here's Hernandez, who is a reverse splits guy this year. And so in the lineup against the right-handed pitching Cook. He takes strike one. Kike this month has started now 18 of the 23 games. And so you look at Machado and Turner as being the guys that are not in platoons. Maybe you can say Grandal as well. But getting pretty close to them as far as how frequently they're playing is Hernandez. Pop up down the right field line. Long way to go for everybody involved. Goldschmidt can't make the play. And new life for Hernandez.
Goldschmidt thought early on Descalso was coming, then figured out Descalso was kind of pushed around towards second base up the middle, wasn't going to get there, and so ends up with an awkward attempt at this ball, and visually that is really hard.
Let's see if Hernandez can make him pay. Here's an 0-2. A big bouncer to short. Marte will feed Descalso, but his throw to first is late. Let's continue that conversation on Hernandez. He started all 11 games this month against left-handed pitching. Just as a traditional platoon split, right? Right-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. But because he's been so good against right-handed pitching, he's also now started 7 of the 12 games against righties. And if you look at all of the guys on the roster, only Machado and Turner have started more games than him this month. Here's Buehler with a man on and 2 out. Strike one.
Well, Kike getting to play more because what you're saying about the success against righties, you think about the climb that he has made up the ladder of only getting to play against lefties, never even getting an opportunity to see a right-hander.
Buehler breaks his bat and a bounce it is short. We'll have more time to chat about this with Kike Hernandez and his role as this game rolls on. But the Dodgers in front on a Cody Bellinger solo home run to the bottom of the second. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by BMW. See a Southern California BMW Center today for exceptional offers, or visit SoCalBMW.com. And by Jack in the Box. Try something different like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. Cody Bellinger's solo home run has the Dodgers on the board first as this game goes to the bottom of the second. And Walker Buehler delivers to Paul Goldschmidt, ball one. We're talking about Hernandez and his seemingly increasing role. Started in 18 of the 23 games this month. Tonight at second. Part of the reason is the good offense like we were talking about, but part of it is number one, good defense. Number two, the fact that he can play good defense at so many different spots.
He's elite wherever they put him. Might not be a Gold Glover. There might be a guy or two better around the league, but boy, on a day in and day out basis, you'll take him wherever he wants to play.
You know, when you're just looking at offensive numbers, there's a case to be made for Max Muncy to be an everyday player. But for the same reason, partially, that Muncy's not, that's the reason Hernandez is closer to one. And that is the defense. Muncy doesn't necessarily have a position where you feel like you're upgrading your chances of winning with his defense at that spot. Hernandez, as you said, several spots where you feel that way. Buehler delivers 2-2. Goldschmidt strikes out on a fastball.
Four outs with 14 pitches is a very good sign for Walker Buehler. A lot of times it takes him a little while to settle into the games, to settle into the strike zone. That elevates the pitch count early, but not here tonight.
One away in the second inning for Daniel Descalso. That's strike one. That positional versatility, that only gets more valuable when the roster gets trimmed back down to 25, and you got to set it at the start of each series. One on one.
Right now, on production alone and consistency, if you had to name a starting second baseman for the Dodgers, I think it would be Keegan. But because of that versatility, he has always been in that quandary of, I'm probably never going to get to start at one position, because the curse is he's so good at all the other positions too.
And I think that's part of the reason why it doesn't feel closer to, you don't have more of a feeling that he's an everyday guy, and why it kind of sneaks up on you that he started out 18 of the 23 games this month, because it's been all over. The 1-2 driven to left center field. Jock Peterson is there.
Walker motioning, where was that pitch, or I need to get it down. He was kind of pushing his hand down to Grandal. That is good self-evaluation. You could be out there cheering, I got an out, but instead of worrying about the result, he's worried about the execution.
2 up, 2 down, and here's A.J. Pollock. His home run last night was his 8th against the Dodgers this year out of the 20 that he's hit this season. Slider to the corner, strike one.
So you see that movement at 93, it's the cutter. You see that movement around 85, it's the slider. A little less speed on the slider, a little bit more break.
Popped up behind first to send Muncy out. Over the shoulder, makes the catch. And a 1-2-3 second for Buehler, who's faced the minimum through 2.
every remaining moment this season. Get Dodger home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today.
Strike one on Jock Peterson. Off we go here in the third with the Dodgers in front on a Cody Bellinger solo home run. So a tight one here. That is not the case in Denver. The Rockies continue their mission. Strike two. After falling behind 1-0 in that game. Rockies have opened it up 5-1 in the fourth. Looking for their 5th consecutive win. Ball and 2 strikes on Peterson. The other thing that's developed as they've kept on rolling is St. Louis dropped the first game to Milwaukee last night, a game they probably should have won. And now trailing 7-4 in game 2. Both those scores hold. The Rockies are going to move into position to be the second wild card.
Hope they get right in there for the wild card, get a little cushion and start losing. Feel like they got a net below them now.
Full count.
They've been playing pretty good under pressure.
Yeah, they've responded to losing 3 straight to the Dodgers the way the Diamondbacks wish they would have. Peterson with a leadoff walk. Really, the losing 3 straight to the Dodgers at the end of August, beginning of September. That's what started this 5-18 spiral that took them from first place up by a game and a half to this 9-game deficit they now face. Just a game above 500. And officially eliminated from contention on Sunday. Here's Turner.
They went from a sugar high to crashing. They were buzzing, adrenaline. They were into every game. It's like this is going to be huge. And they fell out. And their hearts got broken. Boy, they just crumbled.
They're drinking Mountain Dew through a Twizzler. and all of a sudden.
And then it hit them.
Yeah. Got to the bottom of the Mountain Dew. Twizzler got too soggy and they went to sleep.
I feel that after a pasta dinner sometimes.
Perfect pitch. 0-2. Here Turner fly to center his first time tonight. Had a double in last night's game. 4th consecutive game that he's had a double. Yanks a base hit to left field here. And the Dodgers have put the first 2 on here in the third. You know, as nice as it was to see another double from him last night, the most important at bat for him, though, was probably an out that he made. An 11-pitch at bat against Robbie Ray, where yes, it ended in an out, but it set the tone and set the table for Ray to tire a little bit. And David Freese, the next batter up, tied the game with a home run.
Dave Roberts' terminology, he said he was gassed after that at bat. That set the table, even though he wasn't on the bases.
He is on the bases now as Muncy comes up. Strike one and down to Alana.
Guys, in the post-game interview last night, Clayton Kershaw said that Justin Turner was the most important piece of this Dodgers puzzle right now. And today, Dave Roberts said that 11-pitch at-bat before the opposite field home run from David Freese was the most important at-bat of the game yesterday. I talked to Justin Turner about the quality of his at-bats as he's gone on in his career. And he said, we have all had conversations where we've sit down and talked about forcing the pitcher to work. They made Robbie Ray throw 100 pitches in just 5 innings. He said, Robbie Ray has pitched well against us his entire career. We knew if we could get to that Diamondbacks bullpen, we had a shot. He said we delivered as soon as he was out of the game and the pen came in.
Yeah, and that pen promptly gave up 5 runs. Ball and a strike on Muncy. Here comes Cook. Carved out down the left field line. Long run for Peralta, but he won't get there. Now the Dodgers season turnaround. Go back to mid-May. They were 10 games below 500. Corresponds almost exactly with when Justin Turner was activated for the first time. They're 21 games above 500 with him. 2 games below 500 when he's not in the lineup.
It's one thing to talk a good game about we got to make the pitcher work, but it's another thing to have success as you make him work. Justin Turner, when behind in the count, hits for a higher average than when he's ahead in the count.
It's unbelievable.
It is. And he's the best 2-strike hitter in baseball.
Once he looks at strike 3. Cook has his second K tonight. One gone in the third. It'll take me a second, but I want to find league average ahead in the count versus behind the count.
I'll let you quiz me on it.
There's Machado.
And I don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm guessing. But I know with 2 strikes, he hits just below 300. And I think he had a 2-strike hit yesterday. And he had a 2-strike hit here tonight. That was an 0-2 hit that he got in his first at bat here. I think he was hitting like 296 with 2 strikes coming into this series.
Machado hits a towering, majestic foul ball. Jeez. It was way up there in strike 1. Grounded out to third his first time. Here he's got Peterson at second and Turner at first. Cracks his bat on a roller to second. There should be 2. And it's. A couple of base runners, but nothing to show for it. To the bottom of the third, 1-0. Chris Owings to lead things off. Glad you're with us tonight. Final week of the regular season with a magic number at 5 for the Dodgers. That's ball 1. You keep hearing about magic number. Maybe you're saying, what in the world does the magic number mean? Every Dodger win, every Rockies loss drops that magic number by 1. hit 0, that's when they've clinched the division. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lately, the only way to reduce the magic number has been by winning themselves.
It looks like it's going to be the same scenario tonight, with the Rockies winning 6-1 in the top of the 5th, and they are home over the Phils. In the 3rd, it was 1-0 Philly. It was starting to look pretty good. It was fun to glance up at the scoreboard. It changed pretty quick.
Tries to lay off a high fastball and does. 2-2. If the Dodgers go 3-2, including tonight, Rockies would have to go 5-1 to clinch a game 163 Monday.
I think the Dodgers will go 3-2 too. I think they will. They might do better than that. They are firing on all cylinders right now. The at-bats that they're grinding out. Starting pitching is firing. The bullpen is awesome.
Full count. Doesn't hurt that they're playing a couple teams that have been the worst in the National League lately.
Well, we've always talked about with championship teams, you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
No doubt.
That wasn't the scenario coming into these games, though.
No,
Mets and the Reds were the ones that they had trouble with.
Leadoff walk for Owings. First one issued by Buehler tonight. Time now for our Indeed player resume. A couple names on there you might recognize. Lowest ERA for Los Angeles Dodger rookies. Walker Buehler sitting at 5th, right behind you.
I think he has 2 hot starts. He'd go all the way up and catch Fernando would be nice. That might secure a place in the playoffs for the Dodgers if he gets that ERA with right there with Fernando.
Strike 1 on John Ryan Murphy. He is scheduled to start Sunday in San Francisco. Dave Roberts saying before the game that alter the rotation plans a little bit. We'll skip Rich Hill. Hyun-Jin Ryu Friday, Clayton Kershaw Saturday, and Buehler on Sunday. And at this rate, it's not out of the question. All 3 of those are big-time games. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you can clinch as early as Thursday on the off day. Next, of course, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Friday and Saturday sound pretty good. We'll see. Come down to the last day. Wow. Oh.
You're going to go need to see your highlight lady again after that.
I'm going to. Yep, the skunked gray hair is coming out. I might lose hair over that. I might get patches start falling out.
One and two. Let's go down to Alana.
Guys, Dave Roberts did say that if the Dodgers do happen to clinch on either Thursday or Friday, that Clayton Kershaw will still get the start on Saturday. However, it will be tapered back a little bit. Potentially the same could be said for Walker Buehler on Sunday for the final regular season game. As far as Rich Hill is concerned, Dave Roberts said that he's pitched a lot for them this season. Of course, the first 10-game winner of the year for the Dodgers. He's not an option to come out of the bullpen this weekend. They're setting him up for a potential either play-in game or wild card game on Monday if it needs to be that way.
All right, Alana, as Buehler strikes out Murphy, his second K tonight.
Number 55, Max Cook.
Dave needing a little energy over there.
Crushing some Red Bull.
Yeah, he must be staying up late at night grinding on the lineups and stuff.
Now we just need to get him a Twizzler to drink it through. 1-on-1 out for the pitcher Cook. You're talking about earliest they could clinch should be Thursday. Well, if the score holds in Colorado as it is right now, earliest it would be Friday. Grandal with a nice play, and they're able to turn 2. Oh, now home plate umpire Marty Foster is making a signal that it was foul.
Grandal knows he was in fair territory, but as he reaches for the ball, Marty Foster is saying as you reach back, you're actually in foul territory where the ball is. Let's see. Yeah, his right foot is on the line. Marty looks like he makes the call right away. Comes out, creates an angle a little bit right there. Yep, he's got it foul at the moment it touches Yasmani's hand. Well, this should give us a little better look. Wow. Wow, I don't know about a better look. Maybe a look where you might think Marty was wrong.
And because it's in front of the bag, it's not reviewable.
What a beautiful double play, though. It was bang bang at second, and then it's bang bang at first. Yasmani's wrong foot throw was strong and accurate, and of course we know about Machado's arm that got the ball over there at first in time.
Bunted foul, 1-2. So if the Rockies win tonight, best the Dodgers could do would be to reduce the magic number to 4. They give him an opportunity tomorrow to reduce it to 2. But with Thursday being an off day, you couldn't clinch Thursday anymore. So the fastest they could do it would be Friday. Cook squares at 2 strikes, pulls the bat back, and it's 2-2.
Call by Marty Foster on Yasmani's barehanded grab, calling it foul, has really put the pitch count up for Walker Buehler. Cook's been up there for a while, and it could have been 2 outs on that one pitch.
Able to lay it down with 2 strikes. It's a good one. Grandal throws him out, but the tying run moves into scoring position.
Does a nice job. Elevated fastball, getting the barrel up above the ball, deadening it out front. Very nice sacrifice with 2 strikes.
Two gone here in the third. Back to the top of the order for the Diamondbacks and John Jay. Acquired in a trade in early June. So we're dealing with the injury to A.J. Pollock at the time. So they got Jay from the Kansas City Royals, and he's been good for them. Takes in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Couple hurricanes up there in Grandal and Jay. John Jay was a 3-time All-American there. Couple Miami natives. Jay went to Columbus High School. Fielder's 1-0. Bounce back to him. He's got it. And he's got a 1-0 lead after 3 into the middle innings in Phoenix. Off the fourth for the Dodgers. His home run has the Dodgers in front. Here it is, brought to you by StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
He hit it a long way, didn't he? And it was on a pitch that used to get him out an awful lot. That waist-high fastball, slightly above the waist. Now it doesn't have enough velocity to get by him, and he's making a better pass at it.
Cook starts him with a changeup here. It's 0-1. So he's homered in 2 of his 4 at-bats against Cook. As you pointed out before that home run, it's a good matchup for Cody. Rips a line drive to right to open the 4th.
He has put in the work, and he is looking really good.
Right fielder,
Bat is in the strike zone a lot longer. The swing is not as big of an uppercut. No collapse as much on the backside.
So Bellinger's aboard to start the 4th, and Puig comes up. Hit it hard his first time, but it was caught in left by Peralta. Strike 1. Alana.
Earlier today, both of these guys, Cody Bellinger and Yasiel Puig, are Nike athletes. Nike just sent all of their branded athletes brand new cleats. So a bunch of guys were comparing whose cleats were the best. They were taking turns, showing them off, and having a Twitter and Instagram poll. Cody Bellinger was joking, hey, you can win mine, because most people thought Cody's were the best. He goes, maybe you'll get 2 hits, and he joked. He said, I haven't gotten 2 hits in a game in a long time. He just did.
All right. It's the shoes. Puig's look newer. Those look fresh out of the box. Cody's look a little bit broken in. It's Bellinger's first multi-hit game, by the way, since St. Louis series, September 15th.
I am jealous of all this new equipment. It's so comfortable. It's so light. They get so many different options. It's awesome. I'm going to come back as a baseball player.
Next life.
No.
2-1.
With the better equipment.
Sure. On a 2-1, Yasiel Puig watches ball 3. Four hits, 2 walks against Cook tonight. Just the 1 run to show for it so far, and Bellinger's homer. On this 3-1 pitch, Puig hits a bouncing ball to short. That is another double play. Second inning in a row, Cook has induced one, 2 gone.
Tickets for potential postseason home games at Dodger Stadium for the National League Wild Card, Division Series, and League Championship Series are on sale now. Tickets available at Dodgers.com/postseason.
Two gone, bases empty, and Grandal, who singled his first time. Takes ball 1. Talking about him and John Jay both being Miami natives. Yasmani went to Miami Springs High School. That's where he became a full-time switch hitter. Yanks one through the shift for his second hit tonight. As a kid, he would practice from both sides of the plate, but mostly in games he would hit left-handed. But then he got sick of struggling against left-handed pitching in high school. And it's all relative as we look back at the hit on our Carl's camp. And remember, there's one game in particular, Miami loaded with talent. It's not just him and Jay and Machado. He faced Gio Gonzalez, Miami's Pace High School. Got absolutely dominated by Gio. And that was the last straw for him. He said, enough is enough. I'm going to be a switch hitter now. Keeps the inning alive for Hernandez, who takes ball one.
Well, the bad left-handers start to fall out and don't play baseball anymore, so he starts to figure, if that's one of the best left-handers I'm facing, that's what I'm going to be facing if I have a future in this game. So yeah, we're going to go flip around to the right side.
One-on-one.
With as sports specific as athletics is getting now with the younger generation and the coaching and the travel leagues and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if more and more young kids are being asked to switch hit in practice until it finally gets to a point where maybe it will be more successful than the one-sided swing.
It's twice as much work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. And I like the fact that it kind of balances out their body, because in some ways I'm of the belief that the kids are getting too many reps in one sport throughout a year instead of just playing it during their season. They're not switching over and going baseball, basketball, and maybe another sport. They're playing baseball year round, and you can wear out your joints doing one thing from one side. Also wear out your psyche, get you a little burnout. You learn a lot in the other sports. Wherever you end up, you're going to learn from the other ones.
2-2.
Might be a little bit of teamwork. It might be a little bit of different balance or strength, dexterity, just being able to execute all the different athletic moves for all the different sports.
Driven the other way. Back goes Jay at the warning track to catch it. Side retired. To the bottom of the fourth. The Dodgers in front 1-0.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
All on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Infinity. Empower the drive. Back in Phoenix, glad you're with us tonight. Dodgers in front on a Cody Bellinger home run. We've got 3 shutout innings from Walker Buehler. They've needed to be good tonight. They've needed to be good just about every night because the Rockies keep on winning. Jeez, 8-1, bottom of the 5th.
Everything that they weren't doing when the Dodgers swept them, they are doing now. They're pitching well as far as the starters. The bullpen is finishing it off, and the offense has really woken up.
And they're playing a Phillies team, Laurel, that is about to lose its 6th in a row and go to 14-30 since early August. Before that, they had the 2nd best record in the National League, just behind the Cubs for the best record. And now a 14-30 finish. Ketel Marte hits a breaking ball into the ground. Hernandez throws him out. The Phillies and Diamondbacks should get together and just be there for each other. Shoulder to lean on. Similar demise here late this year. Here's Peralta. Now, this is uncharted territory for the Dodgers as part of this run where they've won 5 consecutive division titles, looking for a 6th. The closest finish during the previous 5 was 6 games, 2014. So the latest that they've ever clinched, at least during this run, was on this day, on Tuesday of the final week. Two and 1. It's the tightest race the Dodgers have been in since 2009. In 2009, they entered the final weekend at Colorado, leading Colorado by 2 games. Talk about drama, going in and facing the team that you're in the heated race with. Fouled off 2-2. Rockies had won 5 in a row after trailing by 5 games with 1 week left. They were putting the heat on in the same way they are now. And the Dodgers lost the first game that weekend at Coors Field. And so with 2 games left, it was a 1-game lead at Coors Field facing the Rockies. The Dodgers won the final 2 and won the division. A 2-2. Ball 3.
Well, last year it was all about it. Well, they're going to be battle tested. They clinched so early. They've got such a great record. They're going to have some calluses this year when they get in. They get in this year, they're definitely battle tested.
I'm picturing Mel Gibson near the end of The Patriot. That's the Dodgers going into October if they're able to get there.
I've got Mel Gibson in my head in so many different
really, it's
movies.
any Mel Gibson
yeah,
movie
I know. I'm thinking
end.
of when he's on the horse in front of the troops and he's giving his speech. I'm like, okay, which one was that? Patriot's the one with the muskets.
Yes.
Okay. Braveheart's the other one.
Yep.
Trying to think of any others.
We could throw Russell Crowe and Gladiator in there. There's a few scenes where he makes it through the
field,
whatever, through something, through 162 games.
When they loosen the chains on the Lions and make them come closer to him. Yeah, he won some tough battles.
He sure did.
The odds were against him.
You know what they say? Don't bet against Russell Crowe. Swing and a miss, 2 gone.
Make plans to attend Dodgers fantasy camps at the spring training facility at Camelback Ranch, right close here in Glendale, Arizona, January 13th through 19th, 2019. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/fantasycamps.
1 hit, 1 walk against the rookie tonight. Comes home to Paul Goldschmidt with a whistling fastball for strike 1 at 96. Paul struck out his first time and has 1 for his last 15. Let's get out of here before he figures it out. 0-2. Buehler's first career start against the Diamondbacks a few weeks ago gave up 2 singles, both of them to Goldschmidt. Tonight the lone hit belongs to Marte.
Goldschmidt's got a lot of movement in his head and some flinching going on. I really haven't seen him look this antsy in the box, especially when the ball is almost in flight. And he starts with his head up like that, but then he's dropping it down and forward.
Oh.
It's just, he's lost.
He's the 4th strikeout victim tonight. To the 5th, 1-0. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota's 2018 clearance countdown is on. Get the biggest savings on an adventurous new RAV4. On a Cody Bellinger home run, the Dodgers in front as this game goes to the 5th, and Matt Cook delivers ball 1 to Walker Buehler. 27 years old from Cherokee, Iowa. Northwestern part of the state near South Dakota. Small town, and he's a guy who doesn't need what you were talking about, the advice about playing multiple sports. It's something that he did. He was a star in baseball. His dad was the coach. Also an all-district football player there. 4-year letter winner in basketball. And he was a 2-time state champion high jumper at Washington High School. And not just a well-rounded athlete. He's kind of like the all-American kid. He's also National Honor Society and Student Council and class president. And now a big league pitcher. 3rd year that he's seen major league time. Handful of games each of the first 2. It's full on Buehler. Pitched in 7 games in September of 2016 to debut with the Diamondbacks. And then he was excited about last year, but injuries derailed it. He missed the first 2 months with a shoulder injury. Velocity didn't come back. And in his 1 major league game last year, he gave up 3 runs without recording an out. His payoff is fouled. So for him to get back in the saddle in what has not been a great season, but one where he's been an important piece at times because of the injuries he's had to plug, you have to consider this a successful year for him. His counterpart making him work, though.
This whole Dodger pitching staff, the starters, they like to battle. Ryu at the top of the heap right now. Kershaw like right there with him. Ryu's getting the most hits lately. Buehler's showing that he can handle the bat.
And he's got a walk on 8 pitches. And the captain of that whole crew approves.
Left fielder, Jock Peterson.
Leadoff man on here in the 5th. Top of the order coming up. Jock Peterson. Doesn't it feel like in the same way Cody Bellinger is a bad matchup for Matt Cook? Jock Peterson is as well.
Yes.
And the dirt, Buehler hangs on.
Jock's a little better at guys that really throw super hard, you know. True. But he will chase a little bit more on that shoulder high fastball because he can turn it around. But they both have really zoned in on their strike zone. Like you talked about with Max Muncy, the force field is getting better with these guys.
Ground ball, diving stop Goldschmidt. They get the out at second, and that's all.
You know, it used to be that Cody at times could get himself out, Kike could get himself out, Jock could get himself out. It wasn't about the pitcher's stuff, so you didn't immediately go and look at the guy that they were facing on the mound and say, oh, this is going to be a tough night because they give professional bat after professional bat. But now it's their approach, and if the pitcher doesn't have elite velocity, elite movement, or elite change of speeds, they're going to put a good at bat on them, and they're still going to battle the good guys.
It's a good start tonight for Matt Cook. He'll go 4 1/3, and Torey Lovullo turns to that much maligned bullpen. Dodgers 1, Diamondbacks nothing. Back to Phoenix in a moment.
For great promotional nights in 2019 and exciting matchups, including the Yankees and the Cubs. Receive 2018 postseason rights with the purchase of your 2019 season tickets. Visit Dodgers.com/season tickets.
Book not totally closed on Cook. The man at first his responsibility. Jimmy Sherfy comes into the game. 13th appearance this season for him, and pretty good numbers in limited major league time.
Been Up and down, but in 21 of his 23 appearances, they have been scoreless. So that ERA at 2.13 is spread over a period of time where you can trust him.
Talk about the offense collapsing for the Diamondbacks. The other thing has been the bullpen. They were #1 in the National League over the first 4 months of the season, but 3rd worst in the majors over the last month. That continued last night. 5 runs in 4 innings. And actually, you update with last night's numbers, they are now dead last in September. 1-on-1 out. Justin Turner, the hitter. He takes strike 1, which is right where he wants to be, right? You mentioned it last time he was up there. Remarkably, Justin Turner has a higher batting average when he's behind in the count. And we found the league averages. This is why it's so surprising. The league hits about 90 points better when they're ahead in the count. Justin Turner somehow way better when he's behind. And pretty darn good when he's ahead, too. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tells me that he makes you throw a strike. It tells me that he is gathering information throughout the at-bat, so he's actually a smarter hitter the deeper he goes in, even if it is a strike and puts him behind. And it tells me his makeup is such that he doesn't feel the pressure of the strikeout or the 2 strikes that are on him. Very few people in the world bring all that into the batter's box.
Dribbled to short. Marte's only play is at first. So up to second goes Jock Peterson, and to the plate comes Max Muncy, whose strikeout in the 3rd inning snapped a string of 6 consecutive plate appearances where he'd reached. High strike, 0-1. Forcefield's up.
It sure is. Be quite a competition between like Muncy and Justin Turner.
Strongest force fields.
Yeah, I guess the stats are there in some ways, but just go up there and make them take and have an umpire back there and calling balls and strikes, and they have to say what it is.
Yeah, a Major League Baseball skills competition would be really cool, like they have at the NHL All-Star game.
Mm-hmm. It would be cool.
I guess you have the home run derby. It's one of them,
but you could do something like that that doesn't take only just their eyesight to be able to just verbalize it. There's probably a lot of people out there saying you don't even need the umpire.
computers.
Just the lasers.
Yep. On a 2-1, Muncy watches a drop in there, 2-2. We are talking about force fields, so it seems fitting that we use lasers.
And they don't hit with bats; they should hit with lightsabers.
Yeah, why start with the force field?
Yeah. Force be with you.
You too, man. Muncy trying to double the lead here. Peterson at second. 2 gone, 5th inning. Sherfy to the plate, 2-2, and Muncy strikes out swinging. Halfway home, the Dodgers in front, 1-0. Bottom 5, Dodgers 1, Diamondbacks nothing. Another big game and another good performance, at least thus far, for Walker Buehler when the Dodgers need him to.
51 quality pitches, only one measly hit from Marte.
Yep.
He's on pace right now to throw about 115 pitch complete game.
Oh, would you let him do that?
115 pitches, I'd let him do it. But
I mean, coming from the guy who threw like 300 a night. Daniel Descalso leads off the inning for the Diamondbacks and takes strike one. Final day of the 1989 season.
That's
how many?
You told me 166, something like that. 162 was it? I don't know.
11 innings,
something like that.
Different times, huh?
Yep.
1-1.
Different times, different effort levels, different data, different value on the players to protect them, protect their bodies.
Flip to left field where Jock Peterson settles under it, and Descalso's the first out.
Center fielder.
Well, they've done their best to keep an eye on Walker Buehler's innings total, his pitches total. And front offices always have more than we do as far as just raw innings. There's more to it than 150 innings pitched or whatever. Not every pitch, not every inning created equal. When you're looking at the amount of stress put on a guy's arm within an inning. There's A.J. Pollock with one out, taking strike one on the inside corner. And the good thing is the way that they worked it over the first part of the season, Walker Buehler is now reins off, trying to pitch him into the postseason and then trying to play a big role once they get there. He lets an 0-1 fly. A crackbat flare that will get down. Base hit for Pollock. Went about halfway to second, then retreated with a one-out single.
Only the second hit that Walker has given up, and it is a bleeder. Bloody hands of Pollock. That ball is in really close to his hands, shattered his bat. Nothing about that hit was on the barrel.
One on, one out, 1-0. Here's Chris Owings. Walker Buehler came into this outing at 124 major league innings this year. Last year, 98 2/3. Year before that, just 5. Because the year before that was Tommy John surgery. Punch to second. Hernandez, Machado, double play. 5 shutout innings for Walker Buehler to the 6th in a 1-0 game.
On an all-new Backstage Dodgers, go behind the scenes with Matt Kemp as he spends an off day at Jimmy Kimmel Live. Plus, follow Jock Peterson to the Louisville Slugger factory in Kentucky. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac, Friday after the postgame show on Sportsnet LA.
Part of the order in a 1-0 game. Dodgers need some insurance in this one. Too close for comfort, which could kind of be the theme of the season. Manny Machado bounces the first pitch to second. Owens throws him out. I'm gone. Descalso, beg your pardon. Up comes Cody Bellinger, and his home run is accounted for all the scoring in this game. Look back at it on our Arco top-tier play.
When it's a home run, it's a good piece of hitting, but when it's a cutter in on your hands and you don't pull it foul, you pull your hands in, not the ball foul. That was a really nice swing.
Followed that up with a single in the fourth. Takes ball one from Sherfield. Biggest growth for Bellinger as this year has gone on has been his ability to use the middle of the field while he still pulls the ball enough for them to put the overshift on. He's used the opposite field more too as the year has gone on. Curveball falls in, 1-1. Sherfield to Bellinger, and another breaking ball for a strike. Two and two. Let's go Dodgers chant starting. And I heard somebody sitting below us trying to drown it out with a "Let's go Rockies" chant. He's given up on the home team, but anybody but the Dodgers, he says.
They were handing out Beat LA cards here as people came in.
Full count. Update on the score in Denver. 8-3, Rockies in front, really with a bullpen day. Bullpen's been a whole lot better for them lately.
8-3 in Colorado is not game over yet.
Bellinger flies one to left field for Peralta. Two gone. See what the Brewers did yesterday and what was probably the biggest game of the season for them, opening the series against St. Louis?
I did not.
They went with an opener.
Oh, okay.
Dan Jennings pitched just to Matt Carpenter, and then they brought on Freddie Peralta. Here's Puig with two gone. So it was initially supposed to be Chase Anderson, but they scratched him from the start. And yeah, they pieced it together with a bullpen and won.
There are those that theorize.
Yes.
Thank you.
You got it yourself.
I know, but Bowling Green, you don't get a second try. Usually I would have gotten it wrong, and maybe extra credit, got a little half. But you know, that there'll be pitching staff someday. There won't be starters and relievers. They'll just be a staff, and people will have openers. They'll have openers and closers, but I don't think the openers are going to get paid as much.
0-1. Ball one on Puig.
It'll be very interesting.
And I know you and I are as up for new stuff and
yeah,
as anybody, but it is a bummer if moving forward you're not going to have, you're not going to be able to look at the day's schedule and see, oh, what a great starting pitching matchup. If that goes away, that's a bummer. There's 1-1. Softly hit chopper to short. Puig busting up the line, but to no avail. For the bottom of the sixth, quickly, still 1-0. doing it again. 5 shutout innings tonight. And while he hasn't had the dominant strikeout stuff that he did his last start when he had a career high 12, he's put up more zeros nonetheless.
But very good again. He has proven that he can pitch in the big games, the pressure games, when the opponent they're facing is the team that they're chasing or they've got to stay ahead of. And he's proven that when you have to look up at the scoreboard and the Rockies are ahead, that he can continue to pitch well and concentrate.
You go back one additional start. This is now 20 consecutive innings without an earned run against Walker. The 8-hitter, John Ryan Murphy, leads off the 6th. Yanks a soft line drive foul. It may not have the high strikeout totals, but this is almost preferable. 59 pitches here in the 6th. Here he comes, 0-1. Strike 2.
Efficiency is about getting outs. It doesn't matter which out. And if you strike guys out when you need to, man on third, less than 2 out. Man on second, no out. Don't let the runner move up 90 feet. That's when you need your strikeouts. Other than that, just get them out. You don't have to embarrass people. You don't have to look at your strikeout totals as something that is the reason you're good or had a good outing. Getting people out, giving your team a chance to win, getting some W's, that's the way to path to true success.
Fly ball left field. Easy play for Jock. Murphy the first out of the 6th. There's 2 hits against Walker Buehler tonight. Marte in the 1st and Pollock in the 5th.
You know, we've seen Clayton Kershaw fight Dave Roberts to stay in games. We've seen him irritated when he gets taken out. And his quotes always after the game are, I just want to be out there for my team. I'm paid to pitch. I want to be out there for my team. I work hard to be out there as long as possible. And the way to be out there as long as possible is to be as efficient as possible. And Walker Buehler is starting to take on that mentality.
That's happening a lot faster than you often see with young pitchers with overpowering stuff, where any night where they want to, they probably can go strikeout 10.
He's not coming out of his delivery anymore as much as he did in the outings where it was there. You'd see it, and then he'd fall back and walk a guy, punch out the next guy. The pitch count would get out of hand.
Socrates Brito pinch hitting, strike 1.
He is really focusing on making a big league pitch with big league mentality and tensions behind it, with rhythm in his mechanics. It is coming really fast. And pretty much it's arrived.
Yeah.
I don't see it going backwards from here.
That's the 1-1 fly, gets ahead 1-2. I mean, we showed the last 3 starts he's not giving anything up, but it's been going on a lot longer than that now. Last 10 starts, he's 3rd in the majors with a 1.58. Goes all the way back to the final day of July. Rocks and fires.
See his spray pattern, even in this at bat, you can just see it, how he has really tightened it up. Those are fastballs right at the top of the strike zone, where before it was like 6, 8, 10 inches high. You might even see a scud come out of his hand. He's got some serious intentions, and his focus is exactly where he wants it to be.
Brito weakly to left. Another easy one for Jock Peterson. 2 up, 2 down. Averaging about 3.5 pitches per at bat tonight. Top of the order, John Jay. So 3rd time through here.
he keeps throwing the ball like this and keeps the pitch count under control and the score stays 1-0, Dave Roberts is going to ride him.
Is 1-1 to John Jay. Is a breaking ball swung on and missed. 1-2. On a night where the offense has been hard to come by, Walker Buehler putting the Dodgers on his back. Home of the 1-2 and buzzes him with 97 for ball 2.
He's not huffing and puffing out there. He's not working himself into a lather. He is quiet and calm. It's just loud when the ball comes out of his hand. Is he sweating?
I mean,
the roof's open. We're in Arizona. Barely breaking a sweat.
I mean, it literally looks like you're right. Like he's hardly sweating. It's a base hit to right for Jay.
Might have a little glisten going.
Now because there's only one run of support, maybe a little more swing coming now with Starling or with Ketel Marte coming up.
Yeah, Jay swing and miss with a curveball. That was a changeup. That was a little up. This is the hottest Diamondback hitter, and he did hit a home run last night. So an important bat right here.
Strike one. Four for 6 in this series. Able to lay off this heater, and the count evens 1 ball 1 strike. Now 2-1. Peralta due next.
This at bat started 0-1 coming into this game. When Walker Buehler gets 0-1 on a hitter, the league is hitting 175 off of him.
Three balls and a strike.
He's pitching him like he's the hottest hitter over there in the Diamondback dugout. Using the edges, and Marte is not biting.
This is only the 3rd 3-ball count tonight. Tying run at first. 2 gone, 6th inning. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Tying run into scoring position, and the go-ahead run reaches.
A sign of pitching careful. Maybe a sign of a little bit of fatigue or a rhythm change on the mound that you've got to adjust to. First time he's crept into the 20s in an inning.
Rick Honeycutt coming out.
Not a bad time to give him a breather. Just kind of reboot.
Well, it's the 3rd time the Diamondbacks have seen him tonight. The first 2 batters, 3rd time through, have reached. Nobody throwing yet. Plenty of guys starting to get loose.
Peralta has been the most consistent hitter on the Diamondbacks this year.
Those 29 home runs, by far a career high for him. He's got Jay at second and Marte at first. Both good runners. A 2-out jam for the rookie Buehler. Out of the stretch, his first one is cued off the end of the bat, foul, strike one.
That was almost really ugly. Cue shot down the line, spinning away from Justin Turner. If it ends up fair, gets by him, it's going to be at least one.
A 1.
The weak hits that burn you, you got to go back and analyze the inning and figure out how the runners got on, and the walk is what brings those kind of baseball probabilities into the equation.
Line drive right center field. That is all the way to the wall to flip this thing around. A 2-out, 2-run double from David Peralta. The Diamondbacks take the lead in the 6th.
High fastball, doesn't quite get it up where he wants to. That's more a little bit upper mid height. Peralta able to drop the head of the bat on it, square it up for a line drive. He wanted that ball about 6-8 inches higher, maybe to get him to hit the bottom of the ball, but he got through the middle of it.
Diamondbacks had 3 base runners the first 2 times through the order total. They've got 3, first 3 hitters, 3rd time through. Ball 1 on Paul Goldschmidt.
And the offense doesn't give you any wiggle room. A couple mistakes like a walk and a double all of a sudden hurt really bad.
Well, crosses Grandal up, taken for a strike, 1-1.
Amazing catch. He's going up like it's going to be a. He wanted fastball low and away. He got breaking ball up, and I think Yasmani thinks I must have put the wrong fingers down because he didn't need a meeting.
Yeah.
But he crossed himself up.
The 1-1. Goldschmidt takes it in the dirt. Looked like another cross up. Throw down, not in time.
And they're not on the same page. Yasmani using the catcher's glove like he's trying to catch a bug there, not catch the ball. And I don't understand why there's not a meeting right here.
Now it's the Diamondbacks in search of some insurance, leading 2-1 after the Peralta double, and on a 2-1 pitch, Goldschmidt fouls it off 2-2.
Well, yeah, you know why? I know why there's not a meeting now. The man's on third. They're not using multiple signs. So the first one was a cross-up, and Yasmani probably crossed himself up. The second one was legitimate cross-up, but no need to have a meeting about signs because there's nobody on second.
Two. Goldschmidt has struck out both times tonight. 2 with a 4 for Walker Buehler.
You don't want Goldie to wake up from his nightmare and end up back to where he normally is as a Dodger killer.
Another 2-2. This one gets him, and the inning is over. for the Diamondbacks with a 2-out rally. Single from Jay, walk from Marte, double from Peralta. And they'll have to come from behind tonight with the Rockies at it again in Denver. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween, only in theaters October 12th. Silvino Bracho on to pitch for the Diamondbacks. They lead it 2-1 after the Peralta double as we go to the 7th. Yasmani Grandal leads this inning off. Dodgers find themselves right where they were at this spot last night, down a run. Last night they got 2 in the 7th and then 3 in the 9th to win it 7-4. Grandal, who's 2 for 2, waits on this 0-1. Fly ball to deep center field. That sends Pollock back. He turns and watches it hit off the wall. It ricochets wildly into left. Grandal's headed for third. He's got a leadoff triple. They waste no time putting the pressure on after the lead disappears.
After this swing, he is 3 for 3, and this one is for 3. Dodgers looking up at the scoreboard, down by 1 here. Rockies up by 7 in Colorado, and they come right back at him. There is no quit in this team.
Second triple of the season for Yasmani Grandal. The tying run is 90 feet away with nobody out in the 7th, and Kike Hernandez coming up. Tim Locastro to pinch run. Strike 1. Kike Hernandez's numbers have continued to get better as this year has gone on, but here is a spot where they'd like to see him continue to grow. The man at third, nobody out. Can he find a way to get the game tied? Base hit center field. You blink And it's square again. 2-2 in the 7th.
The plan last night was to make Robbie Ray, the starter, work and get to the bullpen. Well, they're in the pen now again. They capitalized last night, and they're doing it here again tonight.
Game-tying single, Kike Hernandez. Night is finished for Walker Buehler as Dave Roberts sends Chase Utley to the plate to pinch hit. Chase, sorry, Oral.
No, it's okay. If Chase is called on to bunt, he'll be really close to the plate and squaring around to bunt, but maybe even getting close enough to get hit.
No, not Chase.
Father and son combo here. PK the son at first. Chase the mentor and lovingly called Dad at the plate.
Triple and a single to open this inning against Bracho. We're tied at 2. Well, he didn't show bunt. He took a changeup for ball 1.
He can also go hit and run. A veteran that, if you're sure he can make contact and want to hit it on the ground. Chase isn't going to miss the sign if they put it on, I'll tell you that.
Well, in 16 years in the majors, believe it or not, he has 6 sacrifice bunts total. None this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is swinging away. He's swinging for what would be his first hit since they activated him on September 1st. 0 for 16 since then. It's the final line on Buehler. Got him off of the hook, same way they did Kershaw in the 7th last night. Two and 1.
You can still get a W too.
Yep.
Just like Kershaw.
A 2-1. Sticking with a changeup, and it's even the count at 2-2.
Just clips the strike zone.
He's worked it full.
That's where you find out what Dave Roberts thinks about Chase's eye and ability to make contact. And be aggressive and send Kike.
Not much of a lead for Hernandez. Inches off to a little bit better one. He takes off. Utley flips a fly ball to left field, but playable for David Peralta. Hernandez retreats to first, 1 out. Top of the order, and Jock Peterson. Dodgers have won 10 of 12. Magic number sits at 5. Every time they win, every time the Rockies lose, it drops by a number. If they can get it to 0 by Sunday, they're division champs. On the first pitch, Peterson watches strike 1. Rockies, it appears, on the way to a 5th consecutive win. Offense exploding again tonight for Bud Black's team, keeping the pressure on the defending champs. Other than 2.
Game and a half lead means the Dodgers hold the Rockies' fate in their hands. A half a game lead means the Rockies hold their own fate in their own hand, because that half a game is a game that they have to play, and if they win that game, they would be tied.
We are sure getting a crash course in simple arithmetic again, aren't we? Peterson down on strikes, 2 away.
Other than the magic number, it's been the same equation for 3-4 days.
Turner due up. Bracho will not face him. Torey Lovello out of the Diamondbacks dugout to bring on Brad Zickler.
I won't need you to raise your glass. I don't care what you put in it. Here's the nights that you can't take back.
Couple of hits in an inning, gave up some of his partner's runs. That is somebody that's being called on right here in a big situation.
On for Turner. 1 for 3 tonight. Number 1 hitter in baseball since the All-Star break. 374 is batting average. Number 1 in just about every category since the break. First pitch slider misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Hernandez at first and 2 out. Dodgers have tied the game here in the 7th. Grandal led it off with a triple, and Hernandez promptly singled to center to score. LaCastro is running for Grandal. That's on the corner, 1-1.
Ziegler struck Justin Turner out yesterday. The guy on deck, Max Muncy, got a hit off him, a single.
Falls behind Turner here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1 on Turner.
Waiting him out. Make him get the ball up. He's a ground ball specialist looking for a double play. Justin looking for something that he can hit in the air. And if he gets a double play, it'll be 4 outs.
That'd be one heck of an inning. 3-1. Turner laid off. Ball 4 to get Muncy up there.
First baseman, Max Muncy.
He didn't go.
Marty Foster and Mark Ripperger. And so the inning kept alive as the go-ahead run moves into scoring position. Kike Hernandez. Turner's at first and Muncy's the hitter. You mentioned he had a hit against Ziegler last night. Oh, 1. 2 on, 2 out on an 0-1 pitch. Max Muncy muscles it foul, and it's 0-2. Alexander and Floro. Lefty, righty, righty due up to open the bottom of the 7th for Arizona. 0-2. Got him. That thing was in slow motion, had Muncy in front. And the inning is over, but the Dodgers have tied it. A triple from Grandal and a game-tying single from Hernandez. Game in this series tomorrow. Ross Stripling against Zach Greinke. And they travel to San Francisco. Wrap up the regular season with a 3-game series with the Giants. Joe Davis, Or Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and a couple changes to report for you as we go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Barnes into catch and Alexander into pitch.
Diamondbacks bring in Ziegler, who gets a lot of ground balls. Well, Scott Alexander's right there with him. And that is so important in a close game, coming in out of the bullpen, keeping the ball in the ballpark, get it hit on the ground.
Important in this ballpark with the way it flies. Daniel Descalso leads off the 7th and takes strike 1. Righty, righty, righty after Descalso. Dylan Floro's ready to go as well. We'll see if Dave Roberts has Alexander again for just one hitter. Here's his 0-1. Quickly 0-2. Ball 1. Second full major league season for Scott Alexander. Came over in a 3-way trade this offseason with Kansas City and with the White Sox. One of the highest ground ball rates in baseball since he debuted. Is 1-2. This is in 2-2. Native of Santa Rosa, California. Two balls, 2 strikes on Daniel Descalso. Alexander strikes him out. And he was indeed just for the left-handed batting Descalso. Dave Roberts hustles out there, points down to the bullpen, and will bring on Floro with A.J. Pollock. Due up in a tie game in the 7th. Well, what once was a serious concern has turned into a strength. Second in the majors in September, this bullpen. Started it with Alexander. He struck out the long man that he faces, and they handed it off to Dylan Floro in a tie game.
One thing you know about this bullpen now is they attack hitters. They haven't walked a batter for over 8 innings. They come right after guys. Dave Roberts can go to left-handers that are hot right now and right-handers that are hot, and this is one of them. Floro has been outstanding.
Acquired in a trade from Cincinnati earlier this season. And brought on for a Dodger killer in A.J. Pollock. 8 of his 20 home runs this season have come against L.A. Floro's first pitch. Tails in there violently for strike 1. One ball, one strike.
Two-seam fastball and a slider. Two-seam fastball has way more movement than the slider. Reverse of what you expect. Guys try to develop movement in late life on their fastball. And then with their slider, they usually get a little bit bigger in the opposite direction, but for Floro, it is reverse. The two-seamer breaks twice as much as his slider.
Here it comes with a 2-1. Pollock gets under it and sends it to the seats. 2-2. Dodgers got the first run tonight and a Bellinger home run in the second. Diamondbacks took the lead and a 2-out double from Peralta against Buehler last inning. The Dodgers would quickly tie it on a Kike Hernandez single in the top of this inning. So 2-2 last of the 7. And a 2-2 pitch. Poked to right, base hit.
Little slider, good pitch. Makes contact, gives himself a chance, and Pollock has produced against the Dodgers and also has been fortunate.
Second hit tonight for him. Here's Chris Owings. Diamondbacks owned the Dodgers early on this season. In fact, in so many meetings over the first month and a half of the year, and won 7 of the first 8. They went much of the summer without seeing each other. And since they've started to meet back up, the Dodgers have gotten the better of the Diamondbacks, winning 7 of the last 9, including 4 straight. And for the Dodgers, big part of the reason why they're still in first, even with the Rockies getting so hot. Dodgers have gone 8-1 against Arizona and Colorado over the last month. Good lead for Pollock, not running. Ball 1 on Owings. Driven to left center field. That is going to split the gap. Picked up shy of the track by Bellinger. Pollock with a late stop sign. He's held at third. Relayed in by Machado. Second and third with 1 out.
Owing swats this ball, and he does lace it to the gap. Bellinger's speed cuts it off before it gets to the wall, and that makes Perez Chica at third hold him up. He had him going all the way, but with Machado's arm and that ball getting to Machado in the nick of time, the stop sign comes up, and the game is still tied.
Infield comes in for Dave Roberts as Torey Lovello sends up a pinch hitter, Eduardo Escobar. In a 2-2 game here in the 7th inning. They're going to put him on intentionally to load the bases. He's gone final in Denver. Rockies 10, Phillies 3. Rockies back into the home clubhouse, flipping on Dodgers Diamondbacks, finding it tied at 2. And the game hanging in the balance perhaps here in the 7th. So tomorrow, Vargas announces the pinch hitter with the pitcher's spot now up, and John Jay on deck. September call up, 1 for 13. Pollock at third, Owens at second. And Escobar at first. Here comes Honeycutt.
Bringing the scouting report, bringing the defensive strategy of where the infielders will be playing.
Floro's ready to go. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 7th. Base hit left center field. The Diamondbacks retake the lead. Vargas with a pinch hit RBI single, and it's 3-2.
The youngster did not wait around. He picked on the first pitch he sees. I think this ball's up. Yeah, it's up and not sinking, so that's thigh high, and with not much movement, just a nice smooth swing. Doesn't do too much with it. Hits the line drive. Machado gives it a leap, gets over his glove, and the Diamondbacks move up 90 feet.
And the Dodgers move on from Dylan Floro. 4 batters, they all reach. Bases still loaded. Alex Wood coming on. Try one of El Pollo Loco's new $5 craveable combos served with chips and a drink today. Alex Wood brought out of the bullpen here with the bases loaded. The Dodgers down 3-2. Omar Vargas came through with a pinch hit RBI single against Dylan Floro. John Jay.
Alex Wood looking for a double play ball. He also can look for the strikeout with his breaking ball and walk him off the plate. In at the corners, looking for 2 up the middle.
Strike 1. Alex's 4th appearance out of the bullpen. Having moved there in the middle part of September. An all-star as a starter a year ago. And now figures to be a key relief arm. Here he comes with an 0-1. Good stop by Barnes. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The hardest pitches to locate when you come out of the bullpen is that first breaking ball. Fastball feels good. You got a lot of adrenaline. You're into it. You can cut it loose. And breaking ball, you need to have a little bit more touch and feel for.
Got into the hands of Jay to get ahead 1-2.
After Austin Barnes blocked that first breaking ball, you can have a lot of confidence in your catcher right here if you want to throw another one low and away.
That's where he went. Jay did well to protect and stay alive.
Go a little lower and a little farther away since you got a swing there, or you can go back up and in. I like the breaking ball. The up and in one, if you get a little too anxious with it, you can hit him.
Ground ball right side. Muncy comes home and they get the force out. As good as a strikeout. And 2 gone in the 7th.
Nice play by Max Muncy. No panic in that. Knows they're not going to get 2 when he gets the ground ball. Retreats on it a little bit. Plenty of time with a strong, accurate throw. Get that out. Set himself up nicely with his footwork to throw a strike to home.
Dave Roberts leaves Alex Wood for the switch hitting Ketel Marte, who is much better from this side of the plate. Still loaded up as Marte dribbles it foul, and it's 0-1. He went around, strike 2.
Back-to-back changeups. The first one a strike, the second one a better one, and he chases it. Alex Wood has done a nice job with the more abrupt warm-up in the pen and coming in and throwing strikes.
Oh, 2. Kicks away from Barnes, but the runners hang on. That thing made it almost 90 feet away from home plate, but Eduardo Escobar, who is a fast runner, had his feet caught in cement.
One of the things that can happen to you as a runner is when the ball is coming towards you, it's almost like a force field that, like, oh my God, the ball is closer, so they must be able to get me. And he defaulted to a very novice base running thing that happens in your mind that you usually get rid of when you get to this level.
So they're given a break here. How can they take advantage and get out of this inning with minimal damage? Again, if you happen to just be joining us, Rockies already won tonight. Leading the division down to 1 game. Diamondbacks have them loaded. 2 gone, 7th inning. Wood delivers. And he struck him out, but no, he couldn't hang on, and they say a foul tip. So it stays 1-2. We'll do it again.
He barely tipped it.
Another 1-2. In the dirt. Good stop by Barnes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Escobar in third, Vargas at second, Jay at first, and Wood home 2-2. Three hits and a walk in the inning. Only 1 run to show for it so far. Wood trying to slam the door. Another 2-2. Just outside, full count, and all 3 runners will get a head start.
He's thinking, am I going to go strength against strength with the fastball, or am I going to try and trick him? What feels good in my hand? And this is where Barnes and Wood might not be on the same page, because with this kind of pressure in this moment, a pitcher wants to feel good about what he's going to throw. Sometimes conviction is more important than selection.
Three-two. Caught at third by Turner on the fly to finish the inning. They limit the damage to 1. And again, we'll have to come from behind as we go to the 8th in a 3-2 game. to the 8th and to the studio to check in with the guys for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers.
All right, thanks, Joe. We have seen it a few times recently. The Dodgers with late inning magic against the Diamondbacks. They need to do it again tonight, Jerry.
Well, the D-backs are used to giving up late to the Dodgers. Why not tonight?
Let's hope so. These two guys will break it down after the game. Alana has a reaction from the clubhouse. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, guys. Justin Turner catches a line drive to finish that inning and strand the bases loaded. Chris Owings moving from third to right. In the game to catch now, Chris Stewart. Eduardo Escobar also in. He's at third. And this is Yohan Lopez, the rookie from Cuba, facing Manny Machado, who takes strike one. Lopez, in his first game in the majors, which was just a couple weeks ago, faced 3 hitters, gave up 2 homers and a triple. But in 6 games since then, has given up nothing. Ball on a strikeout, Machado.
It's the biggest arm in the D-back bullpen now. Major League debut was on September 9th, and you just mentioned, Joe. He has settled in quickly. Average fastball 97 miles an hour.
Look out. 97 up by the hands for ball 2. Bellinger and Puig to follow for the Dodgers here in the 8th. On a 2-1 pitch, Machado lifts one to left center field. That is down into the wall. An extra base hit to open the 8th. He'll stop at second with a leadoff double.
Yasmani Grandal answered when they fell behind. Now Manny Machado answers. This 1-8 double that splits the gap. It was a no-doubter. It didn't have to be well placed. It was smoked.
So the tying run in scoring position, and Cody Bellinger, who's 2 for 3 tonight with a home run, comes up. Flied weakly to shallow center. Pollock's got it. And here's Puig. Alex Verdugo into the on-deck circle. 3-2 Arizona, 8th inning. Lopez to Puig with a fastball at the knees, strike one. You know, one of the reasons the Dodgers offense has been clicking the last couple weeks has been they've been really good when they've had opportunities to bring runners in. Hasn't been all about the homers. On this 0-1 pitch, Puig swings through it, strike 2.
Two well-located fastballs, one low and away, and that one in.
On 3 fastballs, he sits him down.
3 different places. The young man is not backing down even against his countrymen.
And with the pitcher's spot now up in the order, it's Verdugo to the plate. One of the biggest at-bats of his young major league career.
As Alex Verdugo has developed as a major league hitter, he needed to learn to pull the ball. And Turner Ward and he have worked really hard on that over the last couple of years, but his patented swing that he feels most comfortable with is to the left center gap. And against a hard thrower like this, being a little bit more patient to see the ball and just put a smooth swing on it will serve him well. Let Lopez supply the power.
Tying run at second, 2 gone in the 8th. That's a fastball at 98 for strike 1. "22-year-old from down the road in Tucson with a chance to tie it here in the final week of the season. He's laid in a fastball, and it's 0-2.
The moment might have got him on that swing. He's going to have to calm down a little bit. We haven't seen him take a swing that big and that aggressive maybe since he's been in a Dodger uniform.
The 0-2. Ball 1. Yohan Lopez trying to pitch around the leadoff double. Diamondbacks 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. And now 1-2 pitch to Alex Verdugo. Got it. To the bottom of the 8th. It stays 3-2. Left-handed pitching, Zach Rusk up on.
You're down on the scoreboard, but it is still so important to be effective right here and only be down by 1 by the end of this inning.
Peralta, one of the big swings tonight. And we're talking about Walker Buehler having a chance to go the distance in this game. Before that 2-out rally in the 6th. Jay single, Marte walked, and then Peralta with a 2-run double that put the Diamondbacks ahead 2-1.
When it went final in Colorado last night, you know the Rockies were watching this game. I'm sure they are hanging on every pitch there in Colorado in their locker room. Dodgers disappointed him in a hurry last night with the runs in the 7th and then more in the 9th.
Four-pitch walk. That is all for Roscoe, with Paul Goldschmidt coming up. Dave Roberts back into the bullpen. Pedro Baez coming up. Paul Goldschmidt, who has 1 for 19 with 8 Ks against Baez.
Pedro very good with the high fastball, and that can be a chase zone for Paul Goldschmidt, and it has been that tonight. So if he throws in the breaking ball or anything off speed, I don't think it should be a strike. What he should challenge him with right now is the fastball low and away and high and away.
Baez trying to keep it right here, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit to the 9th inning, where the Dodgers will have Hernandez, Barnes, and Peterson due up. Ball 1 with a fastball. I mentioned the due-ups for the Dodgers, but also available off of the bench: Taylor and Dozier, Freeze, Kemp.
Do you have enough time to read all the names?
There are more. Ball and a strike.
Here's the breaking ball, and you don't want to throw it for a strike. Guys that are struggling. Fastballs in the middle they love, of course, and breaking balls that hang. And because they're struggling, they're probably not picking up the ball very well visually, so you don't have to throw it for a strike.
Here's the 1-1. Went to another off-speed pitch, and it's 1-2.
Two down low. You can go up the ladder. It is a mistake if this pitch is a strike. He's in swing mode. He's struggling.
The 1-2. Ground ball left side. Turner lost the handle.
In the glove and just rattles around. Just stabs it with his right hand like a fork. Couldn't get the ball in his hand. It is so uncharacteristic of Justin.
2 on, nobody out, and Descalso's the hitter. We've seen Justin make some really nice plays over the first couple games of this series after one of the roughest defensive weeks of his career, finishing off that homestand at Dodger Stadium. So it's a tough spot for Pedro Baez. His first one to Daniel Descalso. Fades away, ball 1. Good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It lands as a ball, but boy, does it start as a strike. That had a lot of movement.
Peralta's his second. Started the inning with a walk against Roscoe. Coachman aboard on the Turner error. 1 ball, 1 strike on Descalso. Here comes Baez again. Fly to left field. Jock Peterson was shallow, but he works back on it and puts it away for the first out.
Center fielder,
And now with first and second and 1 gone. In a 3-2 game, it's Pollock. Came into the game 4 for his last 28, but has 2 hits tonight.
When he's seeing it, he can handle the high fastball. You got to be very careful on how you pitch him, and you got to mix it up.
Strike 1 with that high fastball at 98.
I like the way that they're crowding him, though. These Diamondbacks are playing like they're playing for first place, not like they're eliminated. They are concentrating and grinding out every at bat, every pitch.
It's 1-1. You got to appreciate that. You wouldn't want a team to lay over. You know, the Rockies appreciate it. As a fan of baseball, you can appreciate it too.
It's an unwritten rule that you play the regulars and they play for 9 and they play hard and you manage. You're out of it, but you're playing a contender. Protecting the integrity of the schedule in the season.
2 on, 1 out. Here's a 1-1. Ball 2. Trying to lay off but couldn't. The count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pollock's taking a high leg kick and trying to stay tall in case it's a high fastball, even cheating and starting to bat, but expecting the ball up with that approach.
So where do you go if you're biased?
I like another breaking ball in the dirt. He might not take the same approach now with 2 strikes. He might shorten up and try and punch the ball to right field.
Done that once tonight for a hit. On a 2-2. He grounds one to third. Turner with another opportunity. They get 1 at second, and they're at the corners with 2 out.
Good response from Justin Turner after the air. Give him a chance at a double play. And with Kike's strong arm on the pivot, not enough time to get 2.
So first and third, 2 gone. Chris Owings, the hitter.
Bases loaded, and the ball got away from Barnes, and Escobar didn't score. That was a huge play for the Dodgers, and now you've got almost the same situation with a man on third. A lot resting on Barnes and his ability to block the ball in the dirt.
Baez comes home, and Owings takes ball 1. That was last inning. Diamondbacks settled for just 1 run, even though they had bases loaded, 1 out at one point. Here they had first and second, nobody out, still looking for their first insurance run. Peralta third, Pollock at first. The 1-0. There goes Pollock on a strike. It's 1-1.
I don't know if Pedro's going to get out of this jam or not, but what I do like is that here he is in one of the biggest games of the year, and he's using all 3 of his pitches. He's not defaulting to just the high fastball. He's not shaking to the fastball. He's following Austin Barnes and using all of his pitches.
Stuck with a fastball here. He's ahead of Owings 1-2.
The pitch prior was a changeup, and now he goes 97, so that's a 10-mile-an-hour change of speeds, and he beats him. You see that ball is by him.
Pedro trying to pitch around a walk and an air. The set for the 1-2. Good take by Owings. Ball 2.
If you think you can put him away with a breaking ball or a fastball up, the risk-reward pitch is the fastball up, because it's a lot harder to throw the wild pitch or the pass ball. You go to the breaking ball, you bring that into the equation.
The 2-2. Buried it, and Barnes stopped it. Boy, has he come up big.
This is not easy. You don't know where this ball is going when it bounces that far out in front of home plate. Catches his hip and his arm. Nice job getting his arm there close to the body, or that would have deflected off to the right.
They're playing goalie back there.
It was a changeup that he spiked.
Escobar due next. First base is open. And it's second and third and 2 gone in a 1-run game in the 8th inning. Pedro Baez delivers a 3-2. Owings pops it up. Left side of the infield. Turner with room. Let's go to the ninth. Fasten those seatbelts. Dodgers need 1 for the tie and 2 for the lead. Well, with a 5th consecutive win, the Rockies have moved to within a game of the Dodgers. And we go to the 9th inning here in Phoenix. The Diamondbacks 3, the Dodgers 2, and Brad Boxberger to Kike Hernandez with a first pitch change up for strike 1. Boxberger started this season as their closer. Got off to a good start, but then went through a miserable stretch through late August and early September and was removed from the closer's role. His first save opportunity in 2 weeks. And he starts it with a pair of strikes to Hernandez.
His ERA in September is 14.54 and batting average against 400.
A base hit to open the inning for Hernandez. It was Kike that tied the game with an RBI single in the 7th. Here in the 9th, he sets the table.
Boxberger has blown 1 save, gotten 1 save here in September, but he's also lost 3 games, which is still a possibility.
Dave Roberts going to use the first of his many pieces off of the bench here. Chris Taylor coming up.
Taylor 0 for 5 against Boxberger in his career.
So Dave Roberts playing the hot hand in this regard. Not the head-to-head matchup. Taylor, one of the best in the National League here in September. Takes a change up inside, ball one. There goes Hernandez. Throw down, goes into center. Hernandez headed for third, and the tying run 90 feet away with nobody out.
It's one thing to have a situation where you think you could take a bag. It's another thing to put the sign on, and Dave Roberts is not having any problem being aggressive. And boy, it doesn't just pay to get the second, it pays off and gets you to third. This is playing to win.
Even with the Rockies putting the pressure on. Pedal to the metal for these Dodgers. Infield comes in. 2-0 comes home. 2-1 on Taylor.
Don't try and do too much. This is where you play for the tie if you're Chris Taylor. Don't try and be a hero. Just get the run in. If you get more than that, that's icing on the cake.
A 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time he's able to lay off, and the count is full. Jock Peterson due next. Fly ball right center field. Way back there, and it bounces over the wall. This game is tied as Chris Taylor drives home KK.
Way out in front of earlier off-speed pitches. Calmed himself down and got a hanger. And boy, did he stay with it to right center. That's exactly where you have to approach that pitch. That approach in a pressure situation after getting burned earlier in the count, that is doing your job.
Still nobody out. Top of the order now. Jock Peterson looking for the lead. A fastball for strike one. And he pulled the string, and it's 0-2. Muscled to left center. Peralta's there for this one. Taylor tagged and then hung on. 1 away. And it's Justin Turner. Boxberger deals. Ball one.
This could be a intentional, unintentional walk. He's going to make him swing at a ball. I'm surprised they just didn't put him on.
On deck is Muncy. 3-3 in the ninth as Turner gets a strike and fouls it off.
Change up in. Only been a few off-speed pitches that he has made look like a strike ended up a ball. He's either hung it for a strike or almost been a ball out of his hand. Chris Taylor got too aggressive on a few, but then made a great adjustment.
Taylor dancing around as Turner watches a fastball miss. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Boxberger missing clear across the plate.
Chris Stewart set up inside, and pitch wasn't too far off of the plate. It just was entirely other side of it. Rarely going to get the call on that. He didn't. So it's 2-1 on Turner. They've tied it on a Taylor double here in the ninth. And now a 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Best 2-strike hitter in the game.
Two. There goes Taylor. Turner fouls it.
I like Chris Taylor's aggressiveness. I wish it would have been earlier in the count. You try to get to third with less than 2 outs before the hitter has 2 strikes. Maybe if it took them that long to time Boxberger up and making sure he's only going to give 1 look.
He goes again, and it's fouled again.
Boxberger went no looks, and Chris anticipated it.
And now Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, going up to the mound saying, hey, at least take a peek. Turner's fouled off a few in a row. Taylor off to his lead. Boxberger will make a move to get him back to the bag. Another 2-2. Ground ball to third. Took a weird bounce, but Escobar gloved it and threw him out. And so it's up to Muncy to try and put the Dodgers ahead.
Looked like it almost hit the seam right there, but that definitely either hit an odd part on the dirt, the grass, or a divot.
Well, Max Muncy had reached in 6 consecutive plate appearances after his first inning walk, 3 Ks since. Here he turns on one and hits a fly ball deep to right. Owings is over with room in the corner to end the inning. But the Dodgers have survived at least a little bit longer. A leadoff hit from Kike Hernandez. He stole second, took third on a wild throw, and scored on the Taylor double to send this game to the bottom of the 9th. Yeah, it's a story that there even is a bottom of the ninth with the Dodgers getting one to tie it.
Kenta Maeda, since going into the bullpen, he started out a little rough, but lately he's been very, very good and very comfortable. He struck out 25 batters since moving to the pen and only walked 3.
They'll face Escobar to start this inning. And then Ahmed, then back to the top.
So you want the games in September to mean something, do you? Here they are.
Yeah.
Every night.
Escobar takes ball 1. Rocky Gale doing the catching now. Not even close, 2-0. And Kenta turns around, takes a look at the mound as if his footing wasn't right.
This is where it's really good to have a veteran pitcher on the mound and a studied starter. With Rocky Gale back there, I would say Kenta is going to call his own game. Gale's got a little help on his forearm with the chart, but Kenta is going to rely on his instincts and knowledge.
Here's a 2-0. There's strike 1. Only 2 innings caught in a Dodger uniform for Rocky Gale. Only 42 innings in the majors total. Most of those with San Diego, some in 2015, some last year. Pretty much all of this season spent in AAA Oklahoma City. Maeda to Escobar, 2-1. Fades away for ball 3. Three and 2. Rockies already won tonight. They're within one game in the division. They've taken over the second wild card, where the Brewers romping the Cardinals tonight. Still so much movement coming over the final 5 or 6 days of this regular season. Towering drive, right field. Escobar walks them off. And it goes without saying, that is the Lexus play of the game. Number 23 of the season for Eduardo Escobar. Diamondbacks have evened this series at a game apiece, ending their 4-game losing streak and cutting the Dodgers' lead over the Rockies to a half game with 4 to go in the regular season. For Earl Hershiser, Alana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Phoenix. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealer, starts now.